Welcome. We are live and ready to roll here. I've got an awesome show today, guys. I'm telling you, you are going to love my guests today because now we're going to have, as usual, when I bring on good guests, it enhances the show because you definitely don't want to just hear me. So we have a great show today, and of course we are brought to you by the Alachua Chamber of Commerce, the Digital Mortgage Guy, and the Optimist Club. I've got on their shirt here, no time to criticize others. This club, I was going to give them a plug real quick. This club is growing in Alachua, and as a matter of fact, tomorrow at Docs of Coffee, if you want to come in there, we're doing a new member meeting there, and you can learn a little bit about what we're doing. It's all about being positive. Here's one of their posts here. It's positive mind, positive vibes, positive life. It's all about being positive, doing good things for the community. I mean, it's an amazing group of people, and if you want to be positive, check this out. This is a February positive calendar, and as a matter of fact, let's say Monday was kind of a tough day for me. It was the 15th, so it said focus on the solution, not the problem. I mean, it just gives you it's all about keeping that right mindset. You want to stay positive. You want to have a good experience in life. So you want to be positive. So here we are. It's Thursday. Every Thursday I come here, and you're gonna have that way. When I'm here, Friday's around the corner. So it's a good thing. So right there, it's Thursday. So one quick announcement, just a reminder, is the MAM event is coming in Alachua, and what the MAM event is that is going to be a huge music event that's going on at Legacy Park, and it's MAM means March, April, May, and there's a lot going on with that. So you want to check into that. I don't have the dates right in front of me because I'm not prepared. So, but we'll have it. We'll announce it out there as we get closer and closer because it's a great event that's coming up. So we're going to roll right into our guest. And our guest here today, I mean, we're going to have some premium time because we're here with John DARR. Unofficially sponsored by Miapa Coffee. We have to do that. It gets us rolling and gets us going.
Thanks, Miapa. Thanks for having me, my man.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm glad you could come on.
I appreciate any opportunity to be on any show, especially your show. Anybody that thinks I am valuable enough, although I am talent number 2, it says right here
you're talent two
on the table. So I said earlier that story of my life, talent number 2.
Hey, on your show, you sit here in talent 1.
I pay for it. So that's the way it works. That's the way it works.
I mean, your show is great. I watched it this week, and you do a great job of just outlining the show and highlighting businesses. And I'm looking at the ideas and going, man, he's running a good show there. That's good.
Well, I appreciate it. I have had zero training, other than I've loved to rub my mouth my whole life, and that's, I guess, this is my arena, is being able to be on a show that you just run your mouth.
Talk. I mean, and the thing that you do that if some people don't know is you do a lot of positive quotes. You have a Facebook page. I mean, you do it on Facebook. You do it on YouTube, and you got a lot of followers there that look at your positive quotes. You do positive, and I think that's just cool, especially in today's world. And that's part of why I'm with the Optimist. Is like it's just.
I was going to say I didn't know about the Optimist Club until you started your podcast and talk about it every week. And I've been known to people call me the ultimate optimist, and I just think it's an awesome group. I'm not in the group. I would love to join the group. I don't know if there's some criteria to being in the group.
Yeah, we take everybody.
Oh, guys are the ultimate optimist.
If we can bring you in and you're positive, let's do it.
Pay the dues.
Even if you're negative, we'll turn you positive.
Right. That's right.
That's the goal. Is we want is we're real small, but we're in that beginning stage of founding a club and getting it going. We started in 2019, and then 2020 hit. And it kind of threw a loop at us to be able to kind of get situated. 2021's coming, so we're going to go for it now. And so we're hitting fundraising stage, and the goal is to raise funds and be able to do positive things for the community, but also as a group, when we start getting together, it's like just reminding each other, be positive. We have a Optimist Creed, which is 10 tenets of just positive things, and if you live by it, it really does change your mindset.
Totally.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to meet a gentleman in town named Howard Freeman.
Yeah.
And most of you that are watching may know Howard Freeman, but I learned early on from him, and I tell him this all the time. I learned from him the ability to be positive and how it will literally change your life. It is just blew me away when I was probably 24, 25 years old, and I got to be around Howard a lot at that point, and he taught me a lot of things and a lot of the way to view things in life and how to give back. And he always said, John, he says, whatever you give, whatever you can give in life, it will come back tenfold. And that has been true virtually my entire life. Anytime I am able to give, I do, and it's amazing how it will come back in spades.
It circles back.
It does.
It circles back amazing. I mean, it in trying to find the positive in just about everything you see. Elio, there's the video. Push that video up that I found. We won't be able to hear it, but you'll be able to read it. You guys will be able to hear it. I'll let it roll in a minute.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Get out of the way, bus! Are you... What the... Man, lady!
We can't hear it, but I've heard it. And the guy in the background's the best.
Oh, I'm sure
Bus,
he's cursing.
get out of the way, bus. So let's talk about how do we make this positive, right? So let's look at that as the Georgia Dome is 2020, and so we're thinking we're all watching it like, see you later, 2020, and then 2021 is the bus rolling in because we see 2020 has been a little rough start. So how do we look at this as a positive for this guy? So
I can't wait how you're going to spin this to a positive.
So let's think about it. So if he had filmed the Georgia Dome go down, he would have been out there one time. People would have seen it. Great, it blew up, and there's a whole bunch of people filming it. But because the bus rolled in front of it, and now it's funny, and it's viral.
That's beautiful.
And it's getting seen over and over and over and over and over. So there's your positive. See, you got to think how you can pull a positive out of a negative. You know, this guy was mad, as you guys heard. We didn't get to hear.
The time he thought his life was over, I'm sure he's like, oh my gosh, I have this perfect seat for this.
Setup.
It is absolutely great. And the 3 o'clock bus from MARTA comes by.
It comes in, and you see the driver's like, oh, wow.
Yeah, there's a building going down. I'll just sit here a minute.
I said that is perfect. So, and that's you know, just how you make a positive out of that. You know, and that's part of what we're doing with the Optimist Club and people like yourself. I mean, having someone like you involved with it, Elia's involved. I mean, that's the thing, is we start to get the synergy of a group of people together, and we meet and we talk about, and we can do virtual and stuff like that. It'll start, you know, we just feed off each other, you know, just like we're going to feed off each other with our shows, you know, just like.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So if I have, and I'm sure everybody out there has these people in your life that are the glass half empty people, you know, that they can't seem to get out of their own way. They don't even understand. They're not aware of how they come across all the time.
Yeah.
Can I invite them to the Optimist Club as my guest?
Yeah. Bring them.
Okay.
Because we'll convert them. We'll make it a mission. We'll surround them and just beat drums.
So for all of those negative people in my life that are hanging around, if you get the invite to the Optimist Club, just know
it's coming.
Yeah. You got a problem.
Yeah.
And we're going to fix it.
We're going to fix you.
And we're going to fix you. We're going to help you.
We're going to change your life.
We're going to change your life.
We're going to change you into a positive thinker. I mean, because it's easy to be negative. You know, it's just easy. It's easy to just think negatively, you know, and, you know, and everything, because our brains are by nature wired that way for survival. You know, if we were like wild animal, you got to think the worst case scenario can happen at any time. So to survive, I got to be negative that a lion could be over here.
A lion might be around the corner.
So I got to live on the edge at all times.
Right.
We don't have to do that. So we can change that for us, and it makes it just so much better to be that way, because life's too short to be negative.
Life is too short.
It's, you know, we're not the wild animals living a short life getting eaten when we get old.
Thank God. Thank God those days are over.
That's why you don't see old animals. They don't make it.
Yes.
So I'm going to, let's shift I want to talk a little bit about, if you don't know this, you don't live in Gainesville, but you're in the insurance business. And so, which I love the name of your show.
Premium Time?
Premium Time. That was creative. That was brilliant. You know, mine's just Joe Live. That's about the best I could come up with.
No.
You know, it used to be Live with Joe, but everybody's, who's Joe? You know, so I was like.
Some old Joe.
Yes, it's Joe Live, you know, like Joe Live, you know, so I just did that. So I thought I would. But yours is actually a good name. I like that. And you've been in the business for forever. I mean, and you've built a great reputation here. I mean, you've got winning best workplace, and I mean, you've been expanding, and you know, I've referred people to you, and they're so happy. I've had literally people call me back and say, "Thank you for referring me to John."
That's awesome.
Like, just he helped me, he saved me money, he did what I need, and so that, you know, and that's huge, because I'm in a relationship business, and you know, just like the realtors who refer business to me, they want to make sure that people are taken care of. It's the same thing when lenders and insurance people work together. We got to make sure that everything's taken care of. So you guys, you're just killing it.
Thank you.
And how did you get into the insurance business?
Good question. So thank you very much for saying that. It means the world to me. I would love to tell you that it's all because of me, but it's not. I have 55 plus folks that are probably the best insurance people in the industry, and they're amazing, and they do a wonderful job of making me look good. So I want to thank them for sure. But when I got out of school, I came back, and my dad was an insurance agent, and he had just opened his own nationwide agency. So when I got out of college, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I had a finance degree, and I said, "Dad, what is it that you do?" So I shadowed him, and I fell in love with it. Literally the first day, I absolutely loved it. So for me, it's always been what I do. I work to this day. My staff knows, they'll get emails from me at 6 in the morning and 11 at night, and that sort of thing, because I just love it. I enjoy helping people protect their assets and protect their livelihoods. And, you know, I've been blessed with the fact that we represent a lot of carriers. We represent a lot of good, solid carriers that provide good products. So it's just all come together. But that's how I got into the businesses. Years ago, my dad was an agent, and I just sort of watched him and looked at what he did and said, you know what, I can see me doing this.
That's actually a good way to get in, because then you're kind of mentored in, you know, just like with in both of our industries, there's not really a training platform to get in. It's
not a good one.
It's like, here's your gun, go fight the war.
Right.
You know? And here's one bullet, make the best of it.
Make the best of it, because there may not be another bullet.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that's the challenge. And so, you know, to be able to, that's a good start for you to go. And we rely on you guys. I mean, to today's market, the real estate market is just insane. I mean, the bidding wars on houses. And so, you know, when we're looking at a deal, we need to make sure sometimes these things can be insured. And some of these houses, you know, you can have a whole issue that you don't know about until the end. So it's always good to have, you know, an insurance guy's tied in, you know. And then also, if you're ever having someone work on your house,
there you go.
You might want to have.
Don't have that guy.
Yeah, you don't have that guy.
Don't hire him.
Yes, you see a guy doing that, and
that's not covered. And when he falls, he will be moving into your spare bedroom.
Yeah,
because that's how that works.
I don't think people realize that. Like, you can hire some of these guys that don't carry a proper coverage that can come fix your gutters or clean your gutters, and he falls off your roof. Yeah, there's a problem.
There's a problem.
Yeah.
Yes, there is a problem. I get that question all the time. Hey, I'm going to hire, my cousin's friend's uncle's brother to come over and fix the dishwasher or whatever. I don't know, something like that. Well, it's very nice and it's very inexpensive.
Yeah.
Until something happens and he or she gets hurt, and then you've just inherited that person for the rest of your life. You're gonna, they're gonna sue, and it's just a mess, and it's just not worth it. So
No.
hire folks that have insurance, absolutely, general liability insurance, workers' comp insurance. It's the safer, smarter way to do it, and you'll be. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here we go. So
So we want to get a mortgage on this house.
yeah,
It'd be fine.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
As long as it's insured.
What is? I don't even know what that is.
That is.
Are those wooden logs?
Yeah, it's like they're making some. Is that
Is
electrical?
that an electrical outlet held up by wooden logs?
Yes. Yeah. That's quality work.
That's
That right there.
held up by kindling.
Exactly.
What
Kindling.
could go
Kindling. What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? One spark, and you have got s'mores.
And see, that's the thing. You gotta, if you're looking at a house, you need to make sure you're dealing with it. And I always tell everybody, you need to call John and get a quote and get this going now, because you guys need to know what's going on with this house so we don't have an issue coming to closing. If something, the inspection finds that, and put up that the house. Put the house up if you've got it, if you can see it. There it comes. There we go. So here's today's market right now. 20 offers.
20 offers in the first 2 days.
Settled on $90,000 over asking with $100,000 appraisal protection clause. So I mean,
Not insurable.
no,
Not even close. I mean,
may have some roof issues. Yeah, think. Yep.
it's roof. The fact that the wall
The
is
wall's collapsing.
somehow broken, bent.
Yes.
I'm not sure. It's a balance. I mean, we try to tell folks, look, go. You really should start with a loan officer and figuring out what you can afford.
Yeah.
That's really the first step. And it's amazing to me how many people assume that they can't afford anything.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
I hear that a lot.
I'm sure. And I tell people, look, just go see Joe, go see a loan officer that knows what they're doing, and he'll tell you what range you can afford.
Yeah.
And then once you get that number, then go start looking at houses. And when you have that house, call me and go, okay, let's talk about, does it look like
Does
that
it look
one?
like that? Yeah.
Or does it have wooden logs holding up the electrical system? I mean, that's the thing. And if you combine those two and balance those two together, you'll have a great experience, and you'll get a house that's a great house. And
Plan it. You got to plan it, and that's what, both of us try to do is coach. When we talk to somebody, is coach them along. Okay. There's steps in this, and we're here to help you through that, to make sure you understand that. But I've had so many that will wait and wait and wait on the insurance part. And, I push them hard on the beginning. We've got to get this in place now. I need you to have that conversation, because, and then when I'm talking to my realtor partners about the house that they're bringing, one of my questions is how old's that roof?
right. Yes. How old is the roof?
Yeah.
Is a key first
30-year roof,
question.
Let's talk about that.
Now, we were chatting before about rates. Tell me a little bit about what's going on with rates.
So yesterday, a lot of my loan officer friends jumped out of windows. So we no longer have them. But it went a little nuts yesterday and the day before. We had the mortgage back just tanked. And it basically tanked under some inflation concerns. And so it came back a little bit yesterday, but I called all my people, lock it in, let's hedge now. You need to lock, so the ones that were floating. And we had been telling them to lock, but told them you got to lock now. So pretty much rates on a 30-year good credit scenario, you're 2.875 roughly, 2.99 is where you're landing right now. And so where just a day ago was 2.6, 2.5, 2.6 in that range. So it moved quick. don't panic. It's not going to go crazy, and I'm going to talk about this credit thing here in a second. But it's not crazy. But
it's still cheap money,
It's
brother.
still cheap money. I never thought
money.
I'd say 2.99. You are, man,
Yeah.
this
It's climbing up
This
to
is horrible to 2.99 rate right now. But and 2.875. But we are on a trend. And if you look at the mortgage back, and this is the thing we coach, I'm advising when I'm talking to someone about rates and stuff, because everybody's wanting to, the lowest they can get. So I show them the charts. This is what's going on. And this is your risk factors if you want to float. And here's when I think you should probably lock and get in there and not have to deal. And that's the thing. Whatever loan officer you're working with, honestly, get in, talk about rate, and just kind of handle your rate in the beginning, because the people that float all the way through the process are stressed the whole time. They're like, "What's the rate today?" Yeah. Well, it's like watching the stock market basically, and you're going nuts. And then anything can turn. A politician says the wrong thing, or a bomb explodes somewhere. You're in trouble. I mean, there could be things. Which actually in the mortgage business, which is weird, we do well when tragedies happen on rates, because what happens is the money flows out of the stock market and into the bonds, and when it goes into the bonds, we do better. So I always, my brother has a lot of money in the stock market, and I always, whenever he's doing bad, I'm like, all right, rates are doing good. Are you stressed today?
Right.
Perfect.
Yeah. Good for
I gotta
me.
call some people. Right. So it does it's a kind of weird situation, but they are on a trend up, and we're going to see it throughout this year go up. We're probably not going to get into the 4.5 and all that kind of stuff, but we will be in the 3s. And I think we'll have some easing back where we may see tops of the 2s again. That's where we're going to probably float around. And Ilio posted up one on the credit a second ago, and I did want to touch on that. And I wanted to ask you a question about that too. So a lot of people go to Credit Karma. A ton of people go there. And where it says, Credit Karma says your credit score is 680, and that was a lie.
Maury Povich?
That's Maury Povich. Yes. And so he's right, because what happens is when you get your credit pulled on a mortgage side, we're usually going to be a lot lower, because that score you see on the Credit Karma sites and stuff like that, that's a Vantage score. So what that score means is it's taking kind of an average of where an insurance score would land, a car score would land, mortgage score would land, because they're all going to be different. We're using the FICOs and different FICO levels on our scoring. So therefore, if you're at 680, you might be probably actually more like a 620 in our world. So I tell people, if they want to look at it, go to FICO.com. It gives you a closer picture of what you are. But in the insurance industry, does credit scores matter a lot for you guys?
Yep.
And so that's the same kind of thing. They need to kind of pay attention.
Yeah, they call it an insurance score. It's not truly necessarily a straight credit score, FICO score, but there is an insurance score, and when we plug the information in, it will assign a number to the borrower, or not the borrower, but the client, the prospect. I will tell you that you can save a lot of money if your insurance score is high. So, don't go out and buy a bunch of things you probably don't need, and not pay your bills and that kind of stuff. And it actually will make your insurance costs go down the better your insurance score is, and it's closely tied to the credit.
So just like in our business, So when you're looking in that world, have lower balances on your credit cards, lower balances on everything. The bigger spread you have there, or the more payoff, the better. And the other thing that people don't realize too is they'll pay off a credit card and say, well, I want to improve my credit, so they close all the accounts.
Yeah, that's not good.
Don't close them, because when you close them, they're no longer reporting, but if they're reporting at zero and you have a $10,000 availability, that's helping you. Yeah. So you just leave them open. Just don't close them, because when you close them, then you're impacting your score actually. So I've had people do that too. So, and this one, I gotta get used to the reverse.
I can't use the screenshot.
So when you're providing documents, try your best to get it in as a PDF, because if you do, people will just take their phone and they just take pictures, and they're kind of crossed up, and your name is not on there, your account number is not on there, and so I can't validate that that's actually you.
Sure.
It's actually and it's half time it's blurry. So yeah, documents, when we talk to you about this, there's ways to get the documents in and get them nice and clean. So yeah, that's something we deal with a lot on our side. Do you guys deal with that a lot?
We don't.
I didn't think you had to. Yeah,
we don't deal with that much, but we deal with trampolines.
Oh yeah,
and those
dogs,
pit bulls. I'm sure your pit bull is sweet and would never bite anybody, but
others have.
It just makes it a little bit of a challenge.
Yes, it does.
Diving boards, you don't see those much anymore.
You don't see those, and we grew up with those.
Diving boards,
man.
Insurance company thinks those are just terrible. So, again, I think the message is start early with Joe, get involved early. If you just think you're buying a house in the next 6 months or a year, just call him and start having a conversation, because he can coach you through how to make it a less expensive, better experience, really, more than anything.
Yeah, as we're teaming up together like we do. That's how you have to. It's a team effort.
Yeah.
That there's a picture out there of a football team all sitting together, and it shows like everybody involved in the transaction.
Yeah, realtor. Yes.
There is when in a real estate transaction, there is a lot of people involved.
Yeah.
And so you want to work with a realtor, with a insurance agent or a loan officer who has a team around them of people that they know how they operate. Because if you get one bad apple in there, it can screw the whole thing up, and it makes it too difficult, and everybody's stressed.
Yes.
It gets ugly quick.
Yeah.
So and I'm going to plug your show again, because your show is on Tuesdays. Tuesday. I'm
what
Thursday.
day is it?
We're Thursday.
I don't even know what day it is. Tuesday at 3 o'clock.
At 3 o'clock.
Yes.
See, Elio, he's always like,
Elio's the man.
come on.
He's the man. Thank you, Fiesta Media.
It keeps us.
I forgot to thank Fiesta Media on my last episode, so I want to make sure I get that in. Thank you to my man Elio and the Fiesta Media.
Fiesta
company.
Media. I forgot to do. I tried to do that in the beginning.
Oh, he's
So
amazing.
so he's gonna cancel my show now.
Yeah. Just pay him.
Okay.
All right.
We got to. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yours at 3.
Yep. 3 o'clock. On Tuesday.
You guys bounce it, because he has co-host. I don't.
You're solo.
I'm solo.
You're brave.
I'm by myself.
You are
trying
brave.
to get.
I will be
one
here
person
whenever
to
you
watch.
call me. Just call me and say, hey, I need a co-host that's full of you know what? I'm here.
No, that's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's like no one wants to come on the show anymore. It's John. I gotta get you back on the show.
It's fine with me.
We gotta carry it
I'm
for a little
a professional at running my mouth.
bit. Hey, if we can gain an extra viewer.
Hey, my
we'll
mom
get the
will
2.
watch for sure.
That's good. I need to get my parents on Facebook so they'll watch it.
Yes.
They won't get on.
Yeah.
So yeah, your show is good. I enjoyed your show. I watch it, and you guys just banter back and forth. It's just it's a really good show. So I encourage everybody who hasn't seen it, you need to see it premium time, because
Check it out.
you guys have a really good show, and Fiesta Media is producing a whole bunch of people that have great shows. I like Celebrate. I watch them and learn health stuff.
Yeah.
I like their show.
Yeah.
And I got to get them on here.
Yeah. I was at Publix the other day, and somebody came up to me and said, oh my gosh, I saw your podcast the other day, and I went,
Wow.
whoa.
Now
You were like number 8. So, yeah, no, it's
I'm
been
waiting for
fun.
the petition to have me removed from the show.
Well, like I said, real easy.
But I'm positive.
Amen. Be positive. Think positive.
You got to be
Wonderful
positive
things
about
will happen,
everything.
right, Elio?
Everything. Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, we're at our 30-minute mark, man. That flew by.
I don't, yeah.
I mean,
that
we're rocking. We can go. You want us to go 2 more hours?
2 more hours.
2 more hours? We can just.
Elio's good.
I guess that's a no.
I think we did good keeping people entertained with insurance and loans.
And loans. The most exciting things that you can talk about in the world.
People are on that
which
edge
we
of their
actually weren't
seat.
going to talk about today.
Right. Yeah.
I was actually trying to track down some really good videos but I couldn't find anything enough that was too short clips. All these video things were just long.
Yeah, drawn out
things. We were going to try to talk about just funny videos today.
Yeah.
And
we'll have to do it again.
We'll have to do it again and get
Come
some
back
time
and
to-
actually have a plan and execute our plan.
A plan and execute.
Oh.
That would be
Epic.
This week was too busy with
It was a crazy
mortgage
week.
And oh yeah, so yeah, we'll have to plan it like a month in advance. We have plenty of time to find all the videos because I love watching some of these viral things that go on.
I love your TikTok videos. We didn't talk about the TikTok videos,
Yes.
and I absolutely am addicted to your TikTok videos and impressed by your creativity. And if you haven't seen Joe's TikTok videos, please go check them out. They're on Facebook too, right?
They're on Facebook. I cross-platform them. I put
Yeah.
them on TikTok. I put them on TikTok, and I put them on Instagram stories. I put them on Facebook stories, and
Right.
they're on LinkedIn, and they're on my YouTube channel. Shameless plug. I have 32 subscribers.
30?
Like you, who has
Awesome.
Where are you at? Probably 1,000, 2,000,
I don't know.
3,000.
It's
So you and Bo Berry like smoke me on
yes.
subscribership, but they're on there now, and so yeah, I love that. And eventually they'll be on the show. We're working on how to, because when they show up on here they smash,
Yeah.
and so we can't really show them effectively on here. And we're going to do a little segment right here called "What Did the TikTok Mean?" So sometimes they're a little.
seriously
Inside stuff,
though. I mean, he does talk about loans and what to do and what not to do, and he makes it a parody, funny
Yeah.
type thing. So yes, it is. If you're not a 14-year-old kid, you don't even know what TikTok is, maybe, but it is most of it is a waste of time. But
Yeah.
his TikToks I think are great because you do learn a little bit. Don't go out buy a car the month before you apply for a mortgage, that kind of stuff. And he plays on some of that stuff that you can learn about, how to manage your financial life if you're in the market to buy a house, because so they are valuable. They are educational, not only entertaining.
I found they actually get, people have actually, because I used to go through all this production of making a 1-minute video, and I figured but then I started watching what the viewership of it, and the first 10 seconds, you had a lot of engagement, and then
Yeah.
so I was like, gosh, when TikTok came about, I was like, oh, maybe people will give me 15 seconds. And so my first ones were kind of, I guess, boring kind of thing. But then I said, I finally decided I'm just going to be silly on one and see what happens.
Boom.
And it
That's
works.
awesome.
I mean, humor works.
That's
So it.
Thank God.
I know.
You actually don't need to know anything in life. Just be funny as hell.
And hope it's right.
That's right.
So hope you're going in the right direction
Yeah.
there. I was one of the two things. I said, okay, if it comes out where people go, this guy is an
Something wrong with
idiot.
this guy. He's hilarious.
I'm not doing alone with this guy.
Right.
And so, and then I could just erase it. It'll just disappear. It won't completely disappear.
Sure.
You run for president, it's going to come back at you. But it took off, and I've got people that will reach out and say, I feel like I know who you are, and I wanted to get to know you, and I trust you. I want to do. Can you give me some advice? And it's taken off.
And you guys do a great job. I mean, it's funny that it's fun to create the TikTok and that kind of stuff. But definitely, you guys, you and your team do a great job with the mortgage stuff too. So, for us, we see, once the mortgage stuff's done, we also hear good, bad, and the ugly. And I've never heard anybody say anything bad. And
That's good.
And that's a huge.
That's a good thing, because it's a tough business.
It's tough.
And the tough part in the mortgage industry, the toughest part I think in the mortgage industry is if you have to say no to someone initially and try to coach them of why, and then or trying to find a solution, to get someone into something, and it can be stressful.
Oh, for sure.
I would love to make it a cruise ship experience every time. That would be the ultimate goal,
Right.
to where you're just drinking your miapa and you're just cruising. Cruising home is like all I want to say. So that's the ultimate goal of every single loan, is to try to make it that experience to get there. And part of that is to team up with the right people, because I need someone on your side doing their job right. And knowing that they're taking care of the client. I need a good realtor who takes care of the client, is not just there to get a transaction closed. They're trying to put them in a house they shouldn't even be in. And so you want a good title team that can take care of getting that done right and closing properly. And so you have all these people together to work and make it right. So stay local, because local allows you to do that. Some people go online and shop, and then they turn into a mess. I'll see them they'll go to Geico to get their insurance, which is a nightmare for us to get the policy from. And then they go to Quicken or one of the other
800 mortgage
yeah.
loan, whatever.
And they got a system that works, but it has to fit their box. And anything goes any kind of sideways, it's going to blow up like a bomb.
Yep.
Because it's regimented into a system. It's a centralized model. Here we're decentralized. We
We're real people.
I call John. John, how can we insure this house?
Yep.
What do we need to do? How can we get this thing done? And that's the beauty of working local. Hey, we're back on insurance and
Insurance is
we're
fun, not
back,
me.
Yeah, the mortgage same with me. We'll just sit there and talk about it. But
Lord knows.
again, you want to work local. I encourage that. Find there's good professionals here in this town. There's amazing loan officers in this town. I mean, really good guys. And so not just me out there. I like to do a good job, but if you know somebody, they're great. There's some phenomenal. And you're people. I always tell people you're really blessed to be in the Gainesville, Alachua area because you have a lot of good talent to work with.
And one last thing, you won't pay any more.
No.
So that's the crazy. That's the part I don't understand. People go to the 800 number and they're like, "Oh, I'm saving a bunch of money." No, you're not.
No, I mean I beat Quicken all the time.
I know.
All the time. People think they're getting the best deal, but I can eat them up.
Yeah.
I like doing it, actually. It's fun. All right. Well, I think we're
I think Elliot's picking us off.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I think we're getting
Thanks
ready
for
to
having
roll
me on.
this up. Yeah, I'm glad you could get on, and we could have a good show. And
I'll be your wingman anytime,
dude,
man.
we could. I think what we should do is just now you're co-host of this show. You have you have your show,
Right.
But you have a co-host. Now I can have a show, and you can be my co-host.
Amen, brother.
My wife said she would jump in every now and then too. She
I
was my
can't
first
hold a
guest.
candle to her.
She was my first guest, and we had
Put me way below her.
my background in the first one was a picture that I had taken. It was not the right one. Elio got this one. This is much better.
Yeah.
Much better.
Perfect.
And actually, I think we're going to be getting probably next week. We'll probably have our first official sponsor. I can't say
Wow.
who yet, but we'll have.
I'll be tuned in.
Yeah, we'll have. I think we're working on that with an amazing Alachua business and doing everything we can do to promote Alachua, and Gainesville.
Love Alachua.
So, do we have our rollout music? I was looking for it.
I hear some music. Yeah, I hear
it. There it goes.